Greetings, beautiful viewers. This is Smitten, and welcome to episode 17 of Bronze League Bravehearts. Today we are spectating Nurse Repo. He is actually in qualifying. He's been a part of my community for a very, very long time, and we convinced him this is his first ever ranked game. And I was like, you know what? Repo's been the homie for a really long time, and he's here every stream. Like, whenever he misses stream, I'm concerned as stream mother. You know what I mean? And it's just like, oh my god, is everything alright? Is he dead? You know, whatever, girl things. But we're going to spectate him doing his first ranked game ever in qualifying. You know, Soapbox and I did a lot of discussion, had a very long discussion last night about who we can actually cover for Bronze League Bravehearts, and I think we went ahead and made the decision to go ahead and open up to people who are qualifying as well as in silver. So if you have not played a ranked game yet and you want to be on Bronze League Bravehearts, or if you are in silver and you want to be on Bronze League Bravehearts, you guys can now sign up, and I can spectate your games as well. So with that out of the way, taking a look, Repo is opting to play my favorite mid god in the world right now, and it's Nua. So first things first, Repo came to me and said that he would like help with his positioning, his engaging, and his rotations as mid. So we'll be looking into those things specifically today and just kind of helping him here and there with anything that I see along the way, any decisions that he makes that I think are wrong. He's starting out with Vamp Shroud Lost Artifact, standard mid-mage start. Over here, same thing on Isis. It's the standard. I mean, it's the I don't want to do anything special, and this is just what everything does. It's fine. It gives you 15 magical power and 5 MP5, which is really good. The MP5 is what makes this start build for mid-mages really worth it. Because the 5 MP5 for the first couple levels of the game, whenever you have this, it's fantastic. It helps regen a bunch of that. Plus, you get the passive from Vamp Shroud. So every time you last hit a minion, you receive a little bit of... Man, I never know what it is. 10 mana? Really? It's 10 mana and 10 health. That's broken. Very nice. Quick clear. Since you are on the chaos side, you will have an immediate advantage. Because you get to the wave first. Look at, they left it relatively the same time, and Nuwa's already used her ability and is at the wave way before the person on the order side. I like your push here. You knew that your archers were going to kill the remaining parts of that wave, and you will still receive credit. Right camp secured beautifully. I'm surprised Thor and Isis are rotating for it right now since it's so late. So you guys can actually contest for left camps now. Aw, damn. Very good decision here, going for camps instead of trying to do the wave. Isis is scrambling right now. She's taking a lot of poke. Not sure if you got that or not. You're level 3. 2 of you guys are level 3. I think you guys might have gotten that one. I didn't actually get to see who ended up. Oh, he's out of position. That's unfortunate. You guys were doing a pretty decent job right there too. Who's getting the kills? So Thor got the kill there. Isis now has a stack on her passive. Oh, Merle's coming in. Oh, Merle is duo queuing with Repo, I'm assuming. He's in bronze, and he's one of my mods. Oh, so close, Merle. Oh, if only that did just a tiny bit more damage. But you neutralized the situation, which is your job as the support. Okay. The only thing that I don't like about the Lost Artifact start for mid-mages is you only get one of each pot. And whenever I'm playing Nua, I'm super spammy in order to do this first rotation as quickly as possible. So I mostly run the Tiny Trinket start so I can get 2 mana pots, and solely for that reason. Mage lifesteal sucks a lot. Alright, we're just going to speed up a little bit while she's backing. Reaper's a boy, but playing a female god, so she makes sense. Very nice. I like that you didn't hardly take any time over here at these side camps and then just got to the wave immediately. Oh my god, slow down. Okay, you don't have clay minions. Alright. First thing I would say, this isn't necessarily what you were asking, but I like to put 2 points into clay soldiers, so you get 2 at a time. So whenever you use your clay soldiers, 2 soldiers come out, and it sets up a stun a lot easier, because the AI for those clay soldiers is just wonky, man, and it's not very, like, it's really hard to predict. There's no guarantee that the target you want them to go towards is the target they're actually going, that you're actually going to wind up with. He's diving deep. Nothing wrong with using your ult in that situation. Other than, I mean, it's down for the next 100 seconds. So you should probably get beads as soon as possible. Because they have a Thor and an Isis. Every chance Isis gets, she's going to try to stun you. I would have left clay soldiers up here too. And the reason why I say leave clay soldiers up here as well is because by the time you've just done fog damage, and it's only at rank 1 and it's not doing a whole bunch, and this is a fresh wave. Granted, you have more you have like more minions than they do, so it's gonna die a little bit faster, but you're not gonna get the credit for it. By the time that this, I'd be surprised if you got this one minion that's like at the lowest health. If you leave the clay soldiers up there, anything that it touches or kills or gets killed around it, you still get the credit for it. It's fantastic. And since, yeah, you could have definitely used it for that, considering those lives were free. Alright, you have 600 gold in hand. You only need 100 more until you can get your pin boots. I swear, if I see you go CDR boots, I'm gonna have a conniption repo.
Killing spree. Don't you even feel a little bit bad?
Speed it up just a little bit. Is there still a wave there? No. I keep seeing like this weird blue thing popping up on the minimap, but it's nothing. When you're mid lane and there's a Thor on the enemy team, try to be very aware of what level Thor is. Try to be very aware because he's going to come gank you. I wouldn't be... So, he's gonna go ult something right now. He's level 6. He's ready to go. Okay, it looks like he's gonna go on left lane. Do you hear him? You do see... You hear him. You knew he was going for the gank. Very smart rotation. Now he has to decide whether diving in on 3 people is a good idea. Is it worth it, Thor? Thor, is it worth it? Especially when there's a Khepri? You traded 2 ults for that. Just try to get out at this point. You win. You absolutely win. A little bit of damage is going to go to your tower, but you got Thor ults out of that. Your Medusa stayed alive, and you also got the Rama ult. That's fantastic. You say you need help with your rotations, but that one right there was pro. I know Repo personally, and I know that he's been playing this game for a little while, and that's the sixth sense that I was talking about in our last episode of when to rotate. Like you kind of develop that sense of knowing when to go over time, just by knowing that if you see the jungler go over here, like Repo probably saw that Thor is level 6 and hadn't used his ult, so just probably assumed. Oh my god, I'm so proud of you, Repo. You even used the Clay Soldiers technique. Whenever you're playing Numa, and like if your wave is pushed up underneath your tower, you can actually use Clay Soldiers, Clay Minions, and it will de-aggro them from your tower, and it'll focus on the minions only. It's a really cool little, not widely known technique that you can use with her.
Killing spree.
Oh, thank God you got pin boots. Oh, so you're gonna stack as well. Good decision of pushing the wave there, and then rotating over here. Not gonna be able to kill anybody off, but you are getting the assist. That is that's the perfect way to use Nuwa ult. The reason why it's the perfect way to use Nuwa ult is because at level 9, you only have 2 points into that sucker. Oh, she's only got... Repo only has 1 point into the ult. I would max this. I would max this for sure. Shining Metal, yeah, having that max out is going to help with your wave clear a lot, but I like to level up Fire Charge just because its scaling is pretty decent. It's pretty good. But at level 9... At rank 2, it's only doing 175 damage, and typically you're not going to get a lot of kills off of that. If you're really lucky, you'll either KS it off of somebody, so strip it off of somebody whenever it should have gone to them, or you'll receive the assist for it. And that's where a lot of Nuwa, her advantage comes from. Because she has that global ultimate, if you ult at any point during a team fight and your team manages to get a kill anywhere, like... you get the assist off of that because you applied damage to the team. So if you see a team fight and you can't like physically rotate over, hi Binks, and you can't physically rotate over to the fight, just ult and you're still technically participating. And the golden experience that you get from assist is still really, really good. And that's something that I use a lot. Capri's ult is not available. Good rotation. Oh, this is beautiful. Great rotation. Red team's starting to snowball really, really hard. The reason why this was a good rotation is because there's more opportunity for you as a mid laner over here in this lane than you have in your own middle lane. So maybe if Repo's tower, like the tower that you wanting to take down, the enemy tower, if it was perhaps a little bit lower, I would have prioritized my lane first, and then I would have gone to help my team over here. But this tower was essentially dead. So he made the correct decision to rotate over here. Very nice. Starting up the Gold Fury. 10-minute Gold Fury. I think this is the first one we've seen here on Bronze League Bravehearts. Fantastic. And the enemy team doesn't know. If you're in bronze, or if you're in silver, or if you're in qualifying, like, objectives isn't really a thing yet. So if you go into it knowing that, you can take that information and turn around and abuse them for it. Typically, people aren't going to be thinking about objectives. They're more concerned about the waves. I don't know why that is, but people who are just learning this game are more concerned with, like, the creeps and that aspect rather than the objective aspect. So if you can sneak a Gold Fury in, the earlier the better. And you'll probably be able to do it. You're out-rotating your Isis too, which is fantastic. Like Isis is 2 levels below you. Let's fast forward a little bit while we're just wandering around. You guys are going to get a tier 2 at 12 minutes. That's insane. I feel like the enemy team's just kind of given up. 1 and 3, 1 and 4, 3 and 2, 0 and 3. Oh, it's the 0 and 3 ROM. There's too many positions getting behind. You actually started your stacking item early, which is fantastic. Typically, if you're in mid and you're going to do a stacking item, you want to have the item fully completed and start building stacks at 13 minutes. That's kind of like the sweet spot. Very nice. I don't know what you're talking about needing help with your rotations and engaging. You've been backing when you're supposed to be backing. You've been, like, rotating when you're supposed to be rotating. Using your ult to participate in team fights. Like, you've been doing a fantastic job this game, Repo. You really have. Okay, tier 1, gonna get it. Probably gonna get it tier 2s. Yep. You should probably back here. You're full health, full mana. Have your ult. So you're. Oh no, you do not have your ult. You're not in any real danger. Looks like you're gonna finish Chronos Pendant. That you can build into Chronos Pendant or Rada Tahuti, depending on how far ahead, how early, and how early you are that far ahead. Mid camps, good decision. You guys could get, if you guys could get a couple of picks here, I'd like to see a Fire Giant attempt. I mean, it's only 15 minutes, but you guys have too much burst. They don't know what to do with it. Your team is like superly OP. You've got 2 fantastic front laners and you have 3 fantastic backliners. Three people dead. You guys should be able to get this Phoenix easy. I always hate it whenever your team decides to go under the tower and not wait for your clay minions. As Nuwa, you're like, hey, I got minions, and they'll attack the tower for you so you don't have to take damage. You guys should back off here. You guys should very much so back off here. Pay attention to death timers. Red team is just punishing blue team. Blue team doesn't know what to do with all the aggression. Why are you still here? They're next to their base at full health. A lot of you are gonna die here. Repo's in the back line over here like, hey! I feel like Repo's saying, guys, can we like not be here right now? This is so greedy. Yeah, back off. Good. Gold's up. There are many other things that you could be doing. Now, this is something that you don't typically see. I would expect people who are in bronze or in qualifiers to continue the aggression on this lane until they get the Phoenix. Like, aggressing on a lane, like the whole point of it isn't to necessarily take just their towers. A lot of Smite is also, it's a mind game. And it's about taking advantage of what little time that you are given in this game. Oh, wait. Okay, so we're like in real time right now. I can't fast forward anymore. Instead of aggressing here and just staying up here for an unlimited amount of time, go for gold. Because you're not going to be able to put any more pressure onto that Phoenix. You guys were way too low, and there were only 2 of them dead with really low death timers. So when you're trying to make the decision as to whether or not you should stay and get a Phoenix or, you know, retreat and try to get something else, is you can, I think you'll be in a good way if you just use that, saying, all right, how many of them are dead and how quickly are they going to come up? And in that amount of time, can we burst down the Phoenix and stay alive? Those are your variables for when to back in that certain situation. Now, the only problem with going Fire Giant this early is you're going to take a lot of heat for it. And if the enemy shows up, you have to make a decision to turn around and go in on them instead of continuing to aggress over here. Very nice. Picked up the kill on Hell.
You may be immortal, but do you have
Repo's 4-0 and 7 right now. Fantastic. Repo's over there trying to finish the fire. I would not do that whatsoever. At no point as Nuwa can you really take the Fire Giant by yourself and try to be the only damage dealer. You're going to be better served like hanging out with your team or trying to get your team to stop chasing kills. Stop chasing kills and taking tower shots and come kill a Fire Giant instead. Leash, girl. Leash. Repo, leash.
like someone's cooking up a killing spree.
They're probably going to die. And they're going to... Okay. Ah! I have to talk about this because it is the most annoying thing in the world to deal with, and I'm tired of people making that mistake. People get tunnel vision real quick, and they will continue a chase on a kill if they've been chasing it long enough. For some reason, that's what people decide to do. Instead of ending the chase and making a better decision and just accepting that you didn't get the kill, people continue to chase all the way up here, and they'll take unnecessary damage. We saw both of them took tower shots up here. Now, the reason why that's really risky is because it is only 19 minutes into the game. This is actually a really, really early fire giant. So it's going to take all 5 of your teammates to, like, trade off the damage and do enough damage to the fire giant to secure it. Now, if the enemy team, you have those 2 nerds up here, the enemy team is going to go to them first. Like, they're going to try to get the pressure off the Phoenix, because that's the top of your to-do list is get them off your Phoenix. And if they're low enough, they'll chase them down the lane. And what are people going to do? They're going to... The people that were pushed up here, they're scared. They're like, oh shit, I'm gonna die. Like, I'm super low. And so they're going to run to their team, aka you guys, over here, and say, I need help because I made a bad decision. And if you guys are all low like this, and they actually, like followed you, or followed your teammates into the situation, you all would have died, and they could have gotten fire giant as well, and that would have been game ending. Because you guys are all really high level, that means that your death timers are much longer than theirs. Alright, I feel a little bit better now that I've told you guys about that, because it's something that I see a lot, and it's like, it's very, like, nonsensical to me. You're like, that, duh. Like, be with your team, like, realize that this is early. I don't know, some people aren't aware of these things, and that's why we're doing this series, so that you guys do know. I really hope at some point we get to spectate a support player who wants to talk about when to go for objectives, because it's a really complex formula for knowing when to go for Gold Fury, or when to go for Fire Giant. Oh yeah, I can scoot up a little bit more now. This game's probably over.
Don't let your triples just be triples. Get that quadra.
Oh yeah, this is over. Repo was telling me before the game even started about how nervous he was. GG! Repo, you're gonna win your first rank game! You won your first rank game, Repo! I'm so proud of you! I told you could do it, man. See? Okay, let me tell you something. If you're still in your qualifiers or you haven't done any rank games whatsoever, like Repo has, the first win that you get in ranked is going to be the most exhilarating feeling you've ever had. It is fantastic, because you're like, ugh, because you actually try really hard, and you're focused a lot more in ranked, and you're like trying to make the best decisions and build the right things, and like once you finally get that win, all that hard work and focus that you put into it is like, it pays off, and you're just like, oh my god, I want to play ranked forever. I don't know. I'm competitive like that, and I really like playing ranked. It's a little ridiculous. I can see why people are like masters, like just grinding. Like, it takes a lot of time to grind out. I'm not gonna lie, it takes a long time, but it is entirely possible. Repo came in wanting to know about positioning, engaging, and rotations as mid, and he, as we saw there, he made all the right decisions when you're supposed to make them too, which is quite impressive. Repo, I think you may be a little harsh on yourself. Maybe that's not necessarily where you are having problems. You played this game for a long time. There were just a couple of things here and there, just tanking the fire giant or staying too long in a fight or anything like that, and just like a couple little god-specific things. But for the most part, man, I feel like you're gonna do very, very well. That's going to do it for this episode of Bronze League Bravehearts. Make sure to rate, comment, subscribe. Bronze League Bravehearts is now open to qualifying people who are in their qualifying stages of playing ranked, and people who are placed in silver. So if you are in either of those and you are interested in signing up, go ahead and there will be a link in the description. Click on it, sign up, show up for stream, or at least be on Smite while the stream is live, and that way we can spectate you and record you. Alright, that's gonna do it. I'll see you guys next time.